Oops, where did it go?
Hello, hello.
Hello. I was just texting you. I was like, oh, I've just used the same one. I wasn't sure if maybe I'd gotten something incorrect. How are you?
Same one.
Okay. I didn't know that. How are you?
I am doing good.
How was your party?
Oh, it was amazing. It
I'm
was
sorry I missed it.
10 of us, but it was very sweet.
That sounds like a nice that's a big enough group, 10 people.
Yeah, including me and my mom and my girlfriend who visited
Oh,
from San Diego.
oh nice. Your
Yeah.
mom was down from San Diego or your girlfriend?
My mom lives with me.
Oh, okay, nice.
Friend was down up from San Diego.
Oh, okay, nice.
And you are back at home, I see.
I'm back in my home. Yes, I am. My dog's on my lap, but he went with me. We're a package deal.
Did you drive or flew?
Yes, I drove because the tickets were so expensive. So I drove up, which I was dreading driving up or driving down, and that would take me 2 days. But
Hmm.
I stayed with my friend Val in Pomona, and she's just fantastic. And I've told her about your class, and she's super interested in it. Um, and then on my way back up, I stayed with her, and it's always really, really good for me to see her. And it's good for her too. So it's great. So and it was
Do you know her?
bad. And I have a new car, and
Ah,
it sits really comfortably. So for the first time ever, I drove from Phoenix to the LA area without stopping. First
mhm.
of all, I didn't need gas, but the other thing was like, oh, I mean, I'd like to be there already, but I my back was holding up, which usually my legs and my back are having a hard time. So it was the
Okay.
first road trip, and I bought a Subaru, insert your joke here. Anyway, but they give you can order these little badges, and it's like my friend said, it's a cult, Don. So you number of Subaru it is. So it said my first Subaru, and then little
Oh,
badges. So I chose a rainbow and
uh-huh.
a dog paw, and then a road trip. So I was
Oh,
like, okay,
nice,
we're fulfilling all of those.
nice, so nice. So that sticker goes where?
You might start looking for it, and you'll see it everywhere. You can put it wherever you want, but usually people put it on the back of their cars, and so I just put it where there was more space. So I put it above where it says Subaru,
Okay.
in the back. Yeah.
Hey. Tika is here. Yay, we have missed her.
Right?
We have missed her so much.
Yay! Annika's here.
Yay! We have missed you. We have missed you. Where have you been? Tell us everything. You're muted, love. You're muted.
Oops, sorry about that. Mostly I've been out of town during this, or like literally in my car driving somewhere, or like one day I was celebrating my friend's birthday at the time. So yeah, we
And
were like,
where have you been driving in the car? Did you go somewhere for Thanksgiving or?
yeah, I went to visit my grandmother
Oh,
for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
it's wonderful
um,
to have some of your grandparents left at least.
absolutely. Agreed. I feel very blessed.
Good.
Yeah.
Where is
Yeah.
Tess? Tess is not here. She should be here. Then we'll have a full group today.
Yay.
Let's see.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Attica.
AKA Dub.
Your hair looks fantastic.
Oh my God, I love it. It's like so funny because I just like I just got home, so I was like, let me get out of these clothes and put on something comfortable. And so I just like slid this kind of turtlenecky thing on, and I thought, oh no, I have no idea what it did to my hair, but apparently it looks good. So thank you.
Can't you see your image?
I mean, I can see it a little bit, but
Oh, okay.
to me it just looks a little crazy. Ha! But yay, good crazy. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my camera for a minute because I'm gonna go get myself some beverages from the kitchen. How are you, Dove?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Yay!
You know, my job is ridiculous, but whatever.
Oh,
You. Hope you
ugh.
today. I don't think you are in transit, so I'm hoping you can join us. Atika and Dawn are here, so hopefully will join us soon. Bye. I don't think she's traveling today. I thought she was traveling the other day. Anyway,
I thought she was back in New Orleans.
oh no, she said 2 minutes. She will join in 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I need to run to the restroom. I forgot to use the restroom before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. How's Bruno?
He's good. He's here on my lap, and we went to I don't know. Wait, where is the camera? Can you see? Look, I
see his blanket though. Oh, I see an ear.
there.
There's an ear. Hi, cutie. Hi, Bruno. Bruno.
He's looking up. He's like, oh, it's the voice of the person that gives great massages.
You know, I tell you, if I ever need a side hustle, I'm gonna be a doggy massage therapist.
You ought to. You ought to.
Hi, Tess.
Hi, you guys.
How are you?
I'm good. I spaced out again. I can't believe it. Brooke just texted me. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, because she's like, well, she's like, Tess is supposed to be here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yay.
It wouldn't be a class without you.
Thank you. Well, wouldn't be a class without Brooke.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Atika today. It's
Hello.
nice to have her back. Hey, Tess.
Hey, thanks for texting me. I
Thanks.
spaced out again.
Oh, you spaced out? Good.
Spaced to debt. Yes.
Good, good. You're back home, right?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm home.
When did you get back from the Bay Area?
Bay Area a couple weeks ago, but I just went. Is that true? I don't know. Don't ask me hard questions.
Nice.
I just went to Alabama and went hiking this weekend, and that was really fun. Yeah.
Wow.
Alabama. How far is that drive-wise?
Like 6 hours.
Okay.
It's the middle of the state. Yeah, it was fun.
Was it cold?
Yeah, a little bit cold at night. Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. I am going to get started with Dawn today because she had something simple that she thought she would do, which is target her couch.
Yeah. And as you can probably see, that did not happen.
Okay.
But I'm not despairing because I got back really late and I did do some other stuff, and it's kind of interesting. I did not get a lot accomplished, but I did start working on something else. But yeah.
What did you start working on?
I dealt with some clothes that were everywhere, and then there was one other thing. Oh, I pulled some stuff out of a closet and started organizing, and so that's kind of like the very minute stuff that I didn't think I would get to later, but it just kind of happened naturally. But
Good.
I really because I was putting something back from my trip and I was like, oh, well, while I'm doing this, I might as well just clear this out. But I didn't. Yeah, if you want to see the horror that is my couch, I can show it to you, but
Please show it to us.
okay, it's you'll see more than just that. So this is my couch behind me, and
Okay.
then you can see the clutter in the background too.
Yeah. That's good. It's always good to start with the truth, you know. This is what it is.
Yeah.
And you're going to address it hopefully next week.
Yes.
We'll come back to that.
Oh yes.
Okay, Tess, you had a few items. You had put clothes away, call the city for maybe picking up the closet doors, and repost about the big pink square. What happened to any of these?
I did not do the second two.
Okay,
I did the first one. And yeah, put my clothes away, did laundry,
good,
did a bunch of other stuff around the house that I needed to do.
good.
It's really affecting me, the block. Well, yeah, I can talk more about it later. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at.
No, talk about it now.
Well, this year has been a big decluttering of my soul. And so last year I still had a lot of anger at my parents, and I sort of had these ways of just deflecting my own stuff, and I would eat junk food or eat a lot of sugar. This year I stopped blaming. I just stopped doing that, all of those things. And so now this has been my first holidays where I've gone to Thanksgiving after basically feel like I was a food addict. I know that's very dramatic, but that I'm very dramatic, so that helps me to frame it that way. And so now that when I slip and had a bunch of fried chicken and it was really good, when I fall into not basically when I get when the flow that you talk about with the stuff and life, right? When the flow gets stuck like it did going to California and eating old kind of stuff, and I'm just like hitting this place of having sort of purging now, which is really good. Like I'm emotionally purging from the healing work that I'm doing. Like I did a family constellation that I won't go into, but this week. And so I'm just feeling the purging. That's what my friend calls it, purging. I don't know. But I'm feeling the healing, but it's like I'm a new person and my birthday's on Sunday. So I feel like the old me is dying. Like I'm experiencing, I don't know if you guys get this, but right before a birthday, I get really bummed out or I'm just in this mucky place. Not because I'm getting older, but just because there's this thank you Thank you, Attica. There's this like death of the old me.
Mhm.
And this year has been so much progress inside that and that flow that I'm really feeling the stagnancy, and I'm trying to just stay on top of the wave and
Not go down. Yep.
not go into the not go into like the old patterns of blaming myself or blaming other people. It's like, no, it's just an emotional pajama day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And emotional pajama day can be more than one day, and especially
Yeah.
around birthdays, a lot of things happen for a lot of people. Means
Yeah.
I know for myself, I'm like, "Ooh,
Are
what have
you
I
okay?
done for the year?
Just me.
Did I become successful? What were my dreams for this last year? Was I able to achieve them? All of that.
Yeah.
Uh, Sometimes people do it with the new year, and sometimes people do it with their birthday. So, but it's always like a milestone, right? And milestone always causes all those insightful questions to be answered. So,
Yeah, kind of being hard on myself, and also just like I cut right through it because I know, just like the addict of substances, I know like you could just stay in bed and be whatever, or you could just get up and make some soup, because that's what you really actually need, is soup and a good walk and a bath. And so I just really reparented myself today, and not the best day, but it's I feel proud of myself that I'm doing it, you know.
good for you.
Yeah.
Means it boils down to whether, like whether you can just go with the flow and just do from moment to moment whatever you can possibly do to take care of yourself, right?
Yeah, and I did that with the loft. I have this one area that half of my bedroom that like all the stuff is in. And twice I went in there for like 20 minutes and I just organized it just so there's a clear path, and it just didn't
Good.
get rid of anything, but just kind of was with it. And that's what I feel like really helps, is just to be with it, just to
Yeah.
be with the stuff and like do what you can, you know.
Means yesterday I had a bad day. I was like, this, like, what am I doing? I'm not teaching enough people. There's nothing new that is happening. The year is ending. And I was like, flopped myself down on the sofa with the cover on. And then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I got up and shook and danced and, took a walk, and evening came and I was fine. I was like, okay, let's do it. So we all go through that, no matter what.
Yeah, it gets easier.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Attica, I always mess up with pronounce your name.
Oh yeah, Attica.
Attica. Attica.
It's all close though. Uh,
So tell us about your story of where you are in terms of your decluttering, but also in terms of your life and everything else.
yeah, so decluttering. Um, I'm super duper behind. I was way too ambitious
Yeah.
with my plan. And I'm like, okay, I need to completely redo the plan. And also because um I knew that, so at my job, um uh I work at a place where the firm has a bunch of nonprofit clients, and I do accounting.
Ah,
And so I was focused on one particular client, and the work was winding down for that client. And I thought, oh, this is going to work out perfectly timing wise for the decluttering.
mhm.
Um, but I told my boss, hey, this work is winding down. Um, and she was basically like, great, I have like all of this other work to give you. So
Wishful thinking.
yeah,
Uh,
which is, good for the bank account. Definitely. Um, so however, therefore, like the work did not actually wind up slowing down for me, like in total. And I've been back to like, working until like 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. And so I just Dove's face is like, "Rrr," I'm a night owl too, so it's easy for me to work late.
Mhm.
But anyway, so uh and there's just like all these deadlines and whatever, and like, oh, this audit and this taxes and this and that. And so I'm like, trying to get stuff done.
Well, a lot of things
So
happening.
what
I'm
has
so proud you showed up again. So that
yeah, me too.
I am
And
very proud. And today we are going to do some major work and re-intentionalize our,
yes,
drive for this. We are at the 5th class. We have 4 more classes, including today. So this is the second half, and we are all really going to clear the canvas, forget what you thought you would get done, and let's focus on 4 weeks, and let's really focus on what can I possibly do before we hit the holiday season, right?
excellent.
So
Okay,
not
perfect.
think of what you haven't done. Think of
Okay.
I'm creating a new pipe, new plumbing line through which I'm going to flow and get all the, stuff done. And this is what's realistic for me. And this is what will make me proud of myself. Okay.
Sounds
So really think through the next 4 weeks that's coming up. I
great.
know for holiday season you are going to be busy, but our classes end on December
20th?
um December 20th, right? So it's right before Christmas. So what's the plan, life plan of you, each one of you, till then? Are you working and at home? Are you traveling? Can you commit to coming to this? You are already here, and the next 3 sessions, and really focus on, let's get some work done, guys. We are putting money into it, we are putting time, and let's do what will make us feel good. Okay, so take a moment and think through. Oh, I love Tess, your cat is so beautiful. Take
Oh,
and think of all the spaces in your house. And then if you really need to focus, are you anyone of here having any parties during Christmas or the holidays at home? No?
I would love to, but I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I
That's
may be having people over,
good.
just a couple people.
How about Attica? You're having people
Nope.
over? Okay.
Nope. I haven't had anybody over for a party since like the first year I moved in here.
This is what I want you to do. Get up from wherever you are sitting, take your phone, and take pictures of the areas that you are going to work on. Really, then you can be concrete about this is what I'm going to handle, this is what I'm going to handle, this is what I'm going to handle. Find your phone, get up, and take pictures. You look very pretty today, Tess.
Thank you so much. Oh, it's hard to look at yourself on Zoom all the time. I wish there was a way to not look at myself.
There is a way. It's called hide yourself.
I'm gonna hide myself.
Don't hide. Oh, hide self view. Means
Hide
you
self-view.
can't see yourself, but we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, I just saw some more stuff I need to do.
Okay. Take it up. Take it up. Take it up.
Okay.
Okay, let's show us the phone picture in the phone, and we'll start with Dawn.
Okay, what do I need to do? I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I just said, so give us an overview of what you're going to address in the next 4 weeks and show us the pictures you just took by showing the phone towards the camera.
Okay, just a moment.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
not.
it was supposed to be what we're doing in the next 4 weeks. Oops. Okay. I
Okay,
only
it's fine. It's fine. If you have done just 1 week for now, that's fine too.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So I'm sorry because there's a lot to do. So this, hey, that's enough. I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Hide self view? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
No. That's
No.
something.
Okay. So this is my couch.
Okay. That's number 1.
And that's what I want to do. And then what I'd love to do, because it would be fun, is then get to the part that's, I don't know.
Yeah, we can say it.
Okay, that's behind it, because I like to set up, like I have a little altar on the far right of me. And actually behind me looks sort of like a little altar, but it's more like things that I like. So in a way, it's sort of an altar.
Okay.
And
so, couch plus space behind.
yes, I call it the mantle, even though it's not a mantle.
Mantle.
And then I remembered what the other thing was that I did this week, and that is that I made my bed, which was a big deal because first of all, I love my bed. And so even sitting in it, I'm like, oh, this is nice. But that's the side. There's a little chest that's like my bedside table.
Okay.
And I really need to clear that off. That would be lovely. And that'll give me a great start on reclaiming that space.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2.
That's 1, 2, 3. First is the couch, then it's the mantle area.
Oh yeah, but I'm thinking about weeks. Like I would like to do the couch this week.
Okay.
And the mantle area this week. And then let's see, what else should I do? Okay. It's just such a wild, crazy mess. Okay. And so then this is the table that's in front of me. And it's a very complicated area because there are many things, and this is how everything got to be like this. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like the 2 red bottles, those are things I just brought back from, oh, can you see it?
Click on it once more.
Oh.
Just went away. Yeah. So what's the purpose of this table? This is just like.
Oh, this is where I used to have Shabbat dinner. I would invite people over on Fridays. Sometimes I would have people over after services on Saturday for lunch.
Nice.
Yeah, and I love doing that. I love like cooking and then having people over. So that's what its purpose is as a table.
When
But
was the last time you did that?
before the pandemic.
Okay. Maybe the next year might be an auspicious start of you doing it again.
Oh yeah, that's there's all these big payoffs. And having people over. You know, maybe even dating someone and having them over.
Ooh, that would be fun.
So, right now I'd have to blindfold someone and carefully walk them through, and they could see the bathroom, which I don't advise it, but I think if you ate off the toilet, you'd be okay. It's that clean, my bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that one. I know that you walked on the bathroom and the kitchen
Yes.
at the very beginning.
Yes.
Have you been able to maintain those two places as nice and clean?
Yes, in fact, even better than nice and clean. I did this deep clean on the tub that I didn't think was possible. It's cleaner than when I moved into this apartment. Everything's old here. So I just was like, well, I'm going to try this out. And I got the tub because I thought it was just stained, but it was incredible. I got the tub really clean.
That
So
is so great.
yeah, so I'm going to take a bath at one point. And I'm going to feel like I'm the princess of my realm. Yeah, so although it's too cold right now for me to take a bath, so anyway, because it's just a cold apartment. So I think then, so that's 1, 2, and then 3. So that would be this, the table. And then from there, I think everything's gonna go right. Really, I'm gonna feel very empowered. And I'll be able to use the table just provisionally as a place where I can take stuff, put it there, organize into pitch and keep and donate. So yeah.
So for this week, you're going to target and accomplish clearing the couch, correct?
Yes.
I don't want to hear failure.
Oh no, I'm not going to. It was that I went to Arizona. I came back late on Saturday night. It was too much. So but
Okay,
I
but
did do that other stuff. So
good for you. I'm just saying I want you to succeed.
oh yeah, me too. And because I have these moments where I'm like, wait, is this just like I'm gonna fall into what I was in? And I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. I am in control now, and it's
So
happening.
tell me when you will work on the couch this coming week. What times you will work on the couch?
So I am going to work on the couch at least a little bit on Thursday, a little bit on Friday. Saturday is totally out. And then I'll see how much is left over on Sunday. So Sunday is more of an open day.
Okay, so this is what I want you to do.
Okay.
Before you start on the couch on Thursday and Friday, send me a text.
Okay.
I'll wait for your text. I'm starting on the couch. And when you're
Okay.
done, I have finished for today.
On Friday, on Thursday and Friday?
Fine. Thursday, Friday, and then if there's any leftover on Sunday. I mean, every time you walk on the couch, send me a text.
Okay.
I'll be expecting a text from you on Thursday, on Friday, and hopefully on Sunday also. By Sunday, we should be done.
Okay.
And then Are you going to work on the mantle area this week or no?
I would like to, and I feel like that's totally possible because it's kind of a piece.
Okay. So why don't we say like Sunday you finish up the couch and you start working on the mantle area. So Sunday I want to see a
Okay.
picture of your couch completely clear.
Okay.
That's your Sunday intention. And then you're going to start working on the mantle on Sunday. Can you put some time on Monday and Tuesday next week?
That will be difficult, but I can try because Monday nights I have a reading group and I'm usually just demolished from the day because I go right from work to that. But I could happen. And Tuesday, I have family night with my dear friends. So I get home and I have about an hour at home. So I could do a little bit of work.
Just
And
little bit. Think of it as, it will be a bonus if you can do
oh
something.
yeah, and actually I think it was Attica who said something about early on about, oh yeah, and so while I was waiting for this, I started to do that. And so I've started to do that. Like when I make my coffee, because it's a whole process, I'm like, oh, well, while I'm doing this, I'll do this. And because I have not this expectation that used to just completely it sabotaged me. I have to do things from start to finish. I'm like, while I'm doing that, I'm going to do this. And that's how things have happened. So
Little by little, little by little. Never think of it as this one thing you have to finish. You will not be able to do it. It will become overwhelming and it's like you want to do it perfectly. That never happens. Tiny
okay.
steps. Even if it's 15 minutes on Monday,
Okay.
even if it's like a 10-minute something on Tuesday, still that matters.
Okay.
Every minute matters. Just moving one piece away matters. So it
Well,
all.
and that the class and the things that my fellow classmates have said and their encouragement, Tess, you're always so like beautifully giving with encouragement and compliments. That's really helped me. This class has really opened up everything for me and changed everything. But I have been doing that, and that's how things have gone. And also how I haven't been like, oh, the bathroom's still a mess. I'll never do it. So yeah.
Yay for all of us. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next session because January people are going to be like, okay, let's go, and so we will talk about that later. But okay, I have written for you just to confirm
Uh-huh.
that you're definitely going to do the couch and you will do the best you can with the mantle area, the behind the couch and the altar area.
Okay.
And you are going to send me a text on Thursday and Friday and on Sunday.
Every time I work on it, yes.
Yes. And take a picture. You have already taken picture as it is now. Send me the picture of the area you have walked on. It doesn't matter, even if it's a little area you have walked on. Just take a picture and say, "Look, Roke, this is beautiful."
Okay.
No, just moving 3 things. I don't care, even little pieces. That's progress. And send me a photo of that.
Okay.
Excellent. Done. Okay, next, let's go to Tess because Attica is still chomping away whatever she is deliciously eating.
So, okay, pictures.
Hello, kitty.
Okay, so this, you see that?
Yes, we can.
So that is a counter in my kitchen.
Okay.
So, my mom is coming to visit for a month, but she's thankfully not staying with me. But she'll just be around. It's the stick, not the carrot, I guess. But it's like that's gonna push me a little bit. So that's good.
Good. Let's use it.
Yeah, let's use it. This is the famous pink cube that
Ah,
I'm trying to give away, and I've been a little attached to. So that's that. And then at the top, anyway, these are just things that I'm giving away,
okay.
and they're by the front door.
Okay. So
They need to be
what
given
are,
away.
what are you doing to give them away? Have you reposted things or?
I haven't done that. To be honest, I'm kind of tired of that. Like I was very into it. You remember how into it I was, so into giving stuff away. And I guess because I've been traveling it and I've been, yeah, it just, I'm not sure I'm into it. I might just take them to a Goodwill.
I think you should.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, I tried, you know.
yeah, you tried and you did get rid of quite a few things.
A lot of things. Yeah, a bunch of things.
And so these can go to Goodwill.
I
Just
think
dump
so.
it in the car and take it and get done with it. You know, we don't want these to remain and feel like, they're just clutter waiting to be
Yeah,
taken. Okay,
I
so
think so. And then here's the big one. There's two pictures of this, but it's just the same thing. The lighting is bad on my
yeah,
end.
we can see it. Hold it right there. What is that?
This is a bunch of stuff in my loft. I call it the loft, and it's like, so, you know, some of that stuff is precious, some of it is trash, some of it's giveaway. So it's just, you know, it just needs to be dealt with, and it's going to take a lot of time. I honestly don't know if I'm going to get it done during December, but what I would like is to consolidate it. I don't know. It's kind of, I have questions because it's like, I did have it all labeled and then now it's not. So,
Okay,
'cause
hold
it's
on. So
taking up,
these items are on the floor or on the table?
there's no table. It's just here's the other end of it. It's just a carpeted floor with a bookshelf behind it, like a
Okay.
built-in bookshelf behind it. So these are, you know, it's just like a pile of stuff.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about what categories would these be sorted into?
Oh boy. It's funny how out of sight, out of mind it is. So good question. There's some recycled. Um, there's music. There's all my music. There's blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell you. It's like
Tell me some of the things you're seeing in the picture. Just describe.
okay, well, there's like a spotlight that I bought for some camera work that for some reason doesn't work, and so I have to get a bulb, like see why. There's a bunch of necklaces that I bought for family that I was going to give one to each family member, and I haven't done that. So
Okay, got it.
yeah, there's just stuff that has to do with projects, and it's like I don't even know if I want to get rid of this stuff or not, or yeah. So I know what I need to do is just like spend time, but it's really time consuming, or it feels very time consuming, all of these things.
Okay, yeah, that's a hard, when you describe what they're like decisions have to be made.
Mhm,
Things need to be either bought or things need to be given.
mhm.
I'm just thinking of brainstorming as to how we can approach that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, part of my one impulse I have is to just shove it all somewhere. Um, um, so to me, it's a division, and this is getting probably too psychological, but it's a division of like, my mom's coming to visit, right?
Right?
It's like, am I going to project my tension onto her as if she's judging me? in which case I would want to hide everything and just act like it doesn't exist, right? Or can I just like show up? I mean, I think the preferred would be to like show up and do the work, because she's going to be here on the 11th, and she's not staying in my house, so it's not like she needs to be in that space. And I just need to know.
I would take a pause before shoving it somewhere.
Shoving it doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't, does it?
No, doesn't feel right.
No. It's what it is. We have to accept what is, you know. And the only thing I was thinking is like pick up one thing, you know, each couple of days, and just finish what you need to get done. Like, okay, that light bulb, item number 1, you know, just on a spreadsheet, or, you know, just for fun. Item 1, light bulb. What's the action needed? And can you do it? Item 2, the bracelets or the things that you got. Can you do it? What do you want to do it with? Just one thing, even each week, if you do.
Wow.
It doesn't need to be a, you know, just one thing each week, because it's overwhelming. Just hearing you describe it, I know.
I know you guys are tired just hearing it. Yeah, I think I could do more than one a week. I think, yeah. It's funny that I put it all in categories and I felt really good about that. And then I just shoved it all in one side. I was like, it filled up the whole carpet area, and I didn't want it to, because I didn't want to see it from my bed. So I was like, I'm just going to push it all. And I just totally forgot about my whole categorizing thing. So now I'm like, I should categorize it all again, and deal with like one category. You know, like I'm going to deal with this category of like stuff that really is relevant.
I want you to do right now. Okay, right now, look at the picture and start writing down the categories.
Okay.
Okay, while I go to Attica.
Okay.
Okay, Attica, what are you intentionalizing for this week? And remember, be real, be true to yourself. Think of what you can truly do from a place of, you know, I really want to do it. From a place of kindness and love. This whole fighting thing doesn't work anymore for people. Be kind to yourself and do it from a place of love.
Right on. Wise words. Oh, now I'm like, how do I have this set up here? So let's see. Okay, so what I'm working, oh my God. Oh, so I can't get this back. So what I'm working on this week, I'm gonna start tonight. Okay, so first things first, bathroom floor is covered in clothes. This is just one part of the bathroom floor, but this is right near the door. So like I kind of have to step over some of this stuff to get into the bathroom, which of course I'm going there multiple times a day. So that's like such a lot of energy to, you know, just be like stepping over, you know,
And what are you
laundry and
going
stuff.
to do with those clothes? Are they all going to laundry, or are they need to be, you know, distributed? What's the action plan?
Yeah, the vast majority of this stuff just needs to go in the hamper.
Okay.
There are like a few items that are on the floor that need to be returned to Target. Because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to keep all of this, but yeah, so there's like a few things, but the vast majority is just stuff like literally just needs to go in the hamper.
Okay.
Okay, picture number 2. These are just hella receipts and a couple of lottery tickets. I have like a pile of receipts.
What are you going to do with the receipts? Do you need to keep them all?
I don't. I need to look through them, for instance, for the receipts for the returns are going back to Target. But and then yeah, but like the vast majority of these things can go, especially after I check my like if there's anything where I'm like, oh, let me just check that credit card statement because I felt kind of something sketchy when I was at that restaurant or whatever, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Where it's
Uh-huh.
just like, okay, let me just cross check this and make sure everything's legit. Um, and then the third photo, this is the Whopper. You can't even tell what the hell, you can't even tell what you're looking at. That is my coffee table, completely encrusted
Wow.
with everything.
That's gorgeous. If I get
Like
that picture and
this
do
is,
a shop of it, it will
it's
be.
like an overhead shot of the coffee table. It's hilarious. I'm like, you can't even see there's a table.
It is funny.
I'm like, now that's a juicy project right there.
That is
There,
very
there's
juicy.
a few places where you could see there's wood. See, there's like a little bit of wood right there. There's really a table. So
Ah,
yeah, there's just like,
what are the items or what kind of things are there?
okay, so the vast majority of it is trash. There are things like empty containers from vitamins or supplements. There's empty wrappings from bars of dark chocolate. There's like
Right.
there's like some napkins, and I have some not empty supplements, and like just things that I like to have close at hand. Like there's like an oil I like to put in my ears, you know, if my
Uh-huh.
ears get dry and blah blah. But there's just like most of the stuff on here though, I'm not touching on a daily basis or in any kind of regularity. Like there's stuff that's been on here for literally years.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna clear that off because I
So
I
tell me,
only use a few things.
let's start with when are you going to address the clothes in the bathroom?
Okay, so clothes in the bathroom. I'm gonna do that tonight. That's gonna be my kickoff.
Okay.
Get that ball
I
rolling.
need you to send me a text. I don't care how
Okay.
late. I'm a
Yes.
I'm a night owl.
Oh,
Once
good.
once you have done it, take a picture and send
Okay.
it to me. Okay,
Sweet.
tonight.
Yes.
Okay, when are
Okay.
you going to go through the receipts?
Receipts I'll do this weekend. Let me see. What am I doing? I can do the receipts on Saturday.
Saturday? Okay, send me a
Okay.
text. As
Okay.
soon as you like, I am working on the receipts and then I'm done.
Okay. Sweet.
The done picture will be only the receipts that you have kept because you needed it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Saturday it is. By midnight Saturday, I want you to accomplish that. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the table.
The table. That's the fun one.
What I need you to
So,
do right now, Attica,
uh-huh.
is write down the broad categories of things that you need to address.
Okay.
Like, for example, the some are going to trash. So, first step, move everything
Mm,
that's going to trash. Step number one, right?
yep.
That can be, your 30-minute or an hour project. Then, what are you going to address? Then, what are you going to address? So, write down those categories that you're going to
Okay.
hit.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. That's like trash, recycling, and then there's like the other big category is like stuff that just needs to go to the kitchen.
Example of going to kitchen?
Like there's like some empty glasses and like jars that I have like reused for like storing food and stuff like that. There's like empty jars on the table.
Okay. Can you show
And
me
like,
that picture one more time? Show me the table picture.
oh yeah. So like up
What are all
here,
the paperwork? All that white paper stuff.
yeah, that paper is primarily it is primarily wrappers from dark chocolate.
Okay. Got
So
it.
AKA trash. So, but like here, there's like some empty jars and glasses and things. There's like random silverware.
I love it. It feels like there is like a file folder that you have envelopes and stuff. No, I'm not.
Nope,
Not.
it's all just chocolate wrappers.
Wow. We should do a
Somebody's eating a serious amount of chocolate and and never throwing away the container.
So, when are you going to address the table?
Okay, so table, I can actually do the trash and recycling from this table on Friday. You know, I might actually be able to get this whole table done on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, because I don't have any meetings on Friday. I'm just gonna go for a hike.
Okay.
So yeah, I think. Oh, actually, no. I realized I'm like, oh, I'm going for a hike in Sonoma. So I'm going to. But you know, that's just in the early part of the day. So when I get home, I can do that.
Send
Yeah.
me a text. Send me a text.
Okay.
I'm starting
Okay.
the table. Everyone, at the beginning of starting the work, send me a text. At the end of finishing, whenever you're finishing, take a picture as is and send it to me. Okay?
Okay.
So that it
Mhm.
feels like someone, I'm playing the role of the witness, basically. Right?
Okay. Love it.
Witnessing your progress. And all I have for you is love and inspiration and kindness from a place of like, yes, we are doing it.
And you can mute your conversations at night and stuff, right? I mean, we don't have to worry about what time we text you.
No worries.
Okay.
No, I take care of myself. So you can send me anything at any time. Yeah. Okay, this is very exciting. Hold on, let me finish. Coffee table, bathroom floor, clothes, receipts, and coffee table. Okay, Tess, are you going to do the counter in the kitchen? When are you doing what this week?
Good question. I could do the counter. Tonight. I could do the counter tonight.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
I just came up with 17 categories, so it's
nice, good job.
a lot.
Tell me the categories, read them out.
Okay. Recycle, massage stuff, artwork, vitamins and supplements, crafts, tools, containers like plastic containers, bathroom stuff, kitchen stuff, camping, office supplies, posters, electronics, charger speakers, cleaners, cleaning stuff, decorations, altar items, old cool cloth, like old cloth, and returns to friends, returns to
Got it. Okay. So in this week, what are the one or two things that can be exciting for you to deal with? You feel like I really want to do this one this week.
Yeah.
And especially the things that has a place. For example, I would say like I know where my cleaners go, right? So that will be easy for me. I'll just pick it from this area and put it under the sink area where all my bathroom cleaning supplies are. So find something that's easy that you know just needs
Okay.
to go somewhere.
All right. Yeah, it's funny. This is this is the dregs. This is all the stuff that I don't know where things go. I think cleaning, all I have is one little dustpan. So it'll take me like 1 minute. So I'll say that one. And
How about the altar items?
the altar items are so many. But yeah, that would be fun.
That
Yeah,
would
take
be
all the
fun.
stuff and put it. See, I'm not getting rid of it though. I'm just putting it in a pile.
Why are you putting in a pile? Why don't you put it on the altar? Where is your altar?
I don't have altars.
Well, it's about time, don't you think?
Um, I'm lacking the surface areas for altars. But yes, I think it's a nice idea. I mean, when I say altars, I mean like I mean I probably have 40 stones or something. You know, it's not like it's kind of like altar supply warehouse.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So it's not like, oh, this is dying to be on an altar. And and also I should just say I do have a few altars. I have a massage room, and that's what I was going to say is taking the massage supplies is another one that I could do.
Good.
Um,
We're doing the cleaning supply
cleaning,
one thing and the massage.
cleaning, massage, and then you know what I think would be good. This isn't a category, but I think it would be good for me to, although it might be overwhelming, to go through the stuff in the loft and pull out the stuff that I can take to Goodwill, that I'm just ready to take to Goodwill.
You say take out stuff from the loft, that means from this pile that you showed
Right,
us.
on the big pile.
Okay. So yeah, let's take the stuff out that you know you're going to send it out. And you know, you have those three things, the pink box and
Yeah.
those three things, and anything you want to send to Goodwill. Let's do a Goodwill journey.
Yeah, I could do that on Saturday morning,
Good.
Friday afternoon or Saturday morning, one of those. Do a Goodwill run.
Do you think you can do the trash part, the things that you are going to throw out?
Blah, 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 blah.
No.
Um, oh, when you said that, I was thinking the closet doors in front of the house. Like I
Oh,
need to call the city about those.
oh yeah, that one's outstanding.
Yeah. I think that's probably enough for me to do. So I won't do the trash part yet. I mean, because I don't really have much trash. It's just I think I said recycle. I have boxes that I'm not sure if I'm using them or not using them.
Okay.
So I think I'll do Goodwill run. That's kind of a big one for me because it's about money and letting go of bad decisions and the poor choices and all that crap. So I think that'd be good to do before my birthday.
That will be a nice gift for your birthday.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. Forgive myself for that. And do a Goodwill run on Saturday and then clean the counter today. I think that's probably enough.
That's probably enough. That's enough before your birthday.
Yeah. I'll just say those
The
and
Goodwill
call the
run
city. I'll do
before
those.
your birthday, that will be fantastic.
Yeah. I'll do those three things. Call the city, Goodwill run, and the counter. You know, the weird thing too is that I've had my garbage cans stolen twice.
Huh.
So I also have to call the city and tell them I need another garbage can. Hope they'll do it again. So it's just a funny.
Why did they steal? Our garbage can got stolen also a few months
I
ago.
know, it's like, give me a break. And it was spray painted with a big heart and the number and I was like, ooh, nobody's gonna take it. I painted it. No, it doesn't matter. Just take it.
Someone took it because it was painted.
Yeah, they like the heart, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So hold on, let me finalize what you said. Counter in the kitchen, and you're going to do the Goodwill run.
Goodwill run Saturday and call the city on Friday or tomorrow.
Okay. Fantastic. You go, girls. And yes, send me text. Just pick up and text me.
Okay.
Even it's like, I don't feel like doing it. I thought I'll do it on Friday. I can't do it today. Even if you feel that, text me. Okay? Let's do it together. Okay, I thought today we are going to go over, this is called Tess. Did you ever study the light and dark and rainbow arrows?
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah. So what I wanted to look into it though from the decluttering perspective, which means what do we let go of to gain something? For example, basically the concept is if you have yourself and then something happens, right? It's how you react or respond to it that decides what the outcome is, right? So imagine like there's something happening, and from warrior perspective, you are going to throw an arrow. It can be a dark arrow, which will mess everything up, or it can be a light arrow, which will actually resolve things. And I'm not going to go into the rainbow arrow because that's like too high level stuff. I'll give you examples on
Get
that.
the rainbow?
You want the rainbows too?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one, there are 7 arrows. Okay. The first arrow, the dark side of that arrow is attachment. And that is why this is so, kind of related to our decluttering, is we get attached to things, and Buddhism is pretty much about attachment, right? So in terms of decluttering, just working on what kind of attachment do you have to things, right? And do you want to remain attached to certain things or not? Or are you able to be aware of yourself, your needs, and the purpose of the object itself? Because remember, we talked about each object has an intention, has a purpose, right? Are we allowing them, not remaining, like hooked into it and attached to it, but letting it go for it to fulfill its purpose, right? So the dark arrow is attachment. And the light arrow, when you can let go of attachment, is self awareness. If you're self aware of yourself, your needs, your intentions, and aware of your relationship with the objects, then beyond attachment, let it go without any attachment to it. So we are letting go of attachment, which basically means, really needy, like those hooks that we were like, ooh, I want this, I need this, I have all this, I don't know which one I will need. Just drop down into awareness. What is my relationship with this object? Does this make me happy? Do I need it? Is it fulfilling its purpose? Right? It's pretty much basic questions like that. It's simple. We make it complicated, right? Do I love it? Does it bring me joy and happiness? If so, keep it. Does it have a purpose it serves in my house, in my life? And does it have a place? Does it have a place to stay and serve a purpose? Right? So working with your attachments to different things, we study about attachment theory about human relationships, but there's also the attachment theory of you and things. So are you allowing things to fulfill their purpose? That's a metaphysical question, I know, but it really helps me. It's like I have 5 towels. Why do I need 5 towels? 2 is enough. and 3 can go and be used by my housemates, or I can even let it go to Goodwill, or if they're new, just give it to my brother or something. But towels are supposed to be used and not just sitting at the back of my closet. The rainbow arrow is gaining. I'm not going to do the rainbow arrow, Tess. It's too
Fine.
much.
That's fine.
Okay. So that's the first layer. Attachment, releasing attachment, and living with self-awareness. And not just self-awareness, awareness of the things around you when you think of from the perspective of decluttering. Right? Any questions around that?
Could you talk about it in relation to your whole house, your whole space?
Yeah.
Because what I feel like is that I avoid certain parts of my house,
Very interesting. Oh, wow. So you have an attachment to certain parts, but you are kind of avoiding or withdrawing from certain areas?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Well, I guess I'm thinking about the out of sight, out of mind. That if I can just not deal with like a project that I have, which involves some clutter, then I can sort of compartmentalize and still function pretty well. And now I'm trying to take this deeper dive, and it's like it's a whole new. It's forcing me to be more present than I'm used to. I'm used to being.
I think that will be addressed in another step. Let's go over and then we will talk, because I think it's related to the third step of this.
Okay, cool.
So that's it. When you are sorting and when you are deciding what to keep, what not to keep, just think about your attachment and how that's helping you or not helping you with each of the things that you're dealing with, right? So remember that awareness of your role in this world, what you're doing with the things, and the purpose that the things are there to serve. For example, chocolate wrappers, their work as wrappers are done. Now they need to be recycled, and they need to, go and be something else. Sitting on the table as wrappers really is not helping anyone, right? So that's a, just simple example of. Yes, go ahead, Don.
So I can imagine why someone would have a bunch of empty wrappers, because a lot of the wrappers to me are beautiful. So that's one of my problems. I hold on to all these things. And also I have boxes. And the reason I have boxes is because it's like, well, if I give this away, it'd be good to give it away to the person in the original box, or it's just good to have the original box. And then I have a lot of boxes because I have tried several times to declutter. So I think, oh, this box would be really good for something because of X property that it has. Anyway, yep, a mind is a terrible thing.
So two things that comes up for me, and everyone else can add to it. Number one is the beauty of things, right? Trust me, same thing happens to me. Today I got this leaves. I pick up leaves that are beautiful. I'm like, Ma, look them. And then suddenly I have like this much of different kinds of leaves. And then I let it go. It's more about how are you enjoying that beauty, right? It can be made into a collage. It can be put in a glass thing where you're really enjoying the texture and the beauty of the wrappers. If you make it into something or allow it to become part of something that you are going to enjoy, please, then it's not a junk. It's something that you have created. Like, look at what you have behind you, right? The clock. It's beautiful. And if you want to have some chocolate wrappers cut and put it there or around, and it being part of it needs to serve a purpose. Just sitting there on a table or in a box, it's not serving a purpose. So I'm not asking you to throw away everything that is beautiful. I'm asking you, if it is beautiful, are you enjoying it? Are you entering the home and looking at it once in a while? I'm like, wow, look at that wrapper. That's so beautiful. Number one. Number two, this whole word called maybe it will, that's like a big sabotage. What will be. When you need a box, you will find a box for something to give away to. If you are thinking you are going to use something in the future, really think hard, because you never know when you are going to need it. And do you really want to give away space to things that may or may not be ever used in the whenever future might be 30 years from now? The cost of space, it's pricey. And something I used to do that. I used to have boxes. Nowadays, if I get something and I know I'm going to keep it, the first thing I do is I throw away the box. It's like, no. If it's going to become part of my life, it's getting out of the box. If I know that I will return it, then I make the decision, keep the box and return it. Boxes are dangerous things. Boxes are like containers of stuff. I mean, really, boxes are dangerous things. I have like this one box here, which is full of things that I need to go through paperwork wise. So I have decided not to have any boxes in my home. They're either in piles and they are, over there. I have 3-4 boxes. One has my musical things, one has my digital hard drive, blah, 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 electronic things. Another has paper plates and blah, blah, blah kind of things, right? But other than that, I really try very hard not to have boxes. Because that's like our shoving, like we'll just put in the box and put the lid on and then it will disappear. So that's kind of how I'm thinking when you ask that question,
Okay, thank you. A lot of that's very helpful.
Yeah, get rid of boxes. And if you're going to enjoy it, display it. Have it in a place where you can look at those things and beautiful. Otherwise, putting it in a box just because it's beautiful, you're hiding beauty, right? It's just sitting there, not really pleasing anyone or anything. Any other questions around that?
I guess I just have a comment for
Yes.
Dawn. I can totally relate to the container store. There's really nice boxes that things come in that you're like, this is a particularly nice box. I think boxes can be really beautiful like that. And I think it's kind of like, for me, I find that there's a flow of stuff leaving, right? There's like my energy, my attention can be on how good it feels to let stuff go and to get rid of the stuff. And then that feels good. That actually, like, I enjoy more than I enjoy the beauty and the kind of organizational fetish of like, this whole room of containers, that's still great. Like, I still love that, but then the flow kind of wins out over it for me. And that's a good, then I'm like, don't recognize myself. Like, who am I? Go, but you were like that last week. You were like, this is great. There's this flow, right? So I don't know. That's how I think about it.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Attica, anything you would like to add to this whole attachment, letting go, awareness stuff?
one of the things that occurred to me was that in releasing things that are not serving a purpose, it actually allows me then to uh like access the things that and access purpose for other things. So for instance, the coffee table, uh like, getting the stuff off of there that I don't need on there, that I'm not even using or thinking about, or I haven't thought about, even though it's been sitting right in front of me for literally years.
Great, great.
um I
Oh, great.
I think like, oh, then I can actually have the purpose of the coffee table. Like, what a concept. Or like, because every once in a while I will like, and this particular coffee table, it's like one of those IKEA coffee tables that you can adjust the height on it.
Ah,
And so one of the reasons why I got that was because it's in my living room, it's in front of the couch, and like I was like, oh, oftentimes I'll be sitting there to like eat dinner, right? So I was like, oh, perfect. I'll get like the convertible thing. But do I move it? No, because it's covered in stuff, right? But once I get all that stuff out there, I can lift it up and eat my dinner. Like amazing. So, anyways, so and then I thought about like, because I'm like, ooh, this is a good box. I'm gonna keep this box. I'm gonna use this box for like, I'm gonna put somebody's gift in this box or something. Um and so years and years ago I used to live in a different city, and when I was like, oh, I'm gonna move to back to Oakland, I was like, okay, let me get rid of as much stuff as I can, like just to reduce how much I'm going to move. And I was subletting a friend's apartment. So I was like, well, I already knew how much space I was going to have. And therefore, I knew I could not bring all my stuff. And so when I started looking for things to get rid of, it was actually things like all those lovely boxes because I had never used them. And I had like my little moments where I said goodbye to like the box. I was just like, oh, this would have been nice to use for something. Oh well. Bye.
no,
so
I hear you. I hear you. One
so
thing I
it's
did.
like, wow, I just was like, oh, okay. So it was just resonating with me that like, that thing of like being in the flow, the energetic flow of like, um, okay, like, so maybe I need to have, um, like one of the things that would help me with, for instance, holding onto a lovely box is really interrogating, like, what is the actual likelihood that I'm not going to use this box? Because years ago, I had to get rid of all those boxes anyway. And the other thing is, how do I say this? Like I have, uh, I want to say I've also had to accept that sometimes I need to just, okay, this is my metaphor, I guess, absorb whatever it is about the thing that I appreciate, like absorb that into myself, and then I can let go of the thing or not acquire the thing. Cause that's the other thing too. I'm like one of those people, don't have me go into like a gift shop or a novelty store or something like that where everything in there is super cute or interesting, handmade, hand painted, whatever, because I want everything in that store or witty or whatever. I want all of it. I want it all around me at all times. And so so I'm like, so sometimes when I go into a store like that, I'm like, okay, try not to buy like almost anything. But Dove will know because Dove and I actually live in the same neighborhood. We're friends, and so Dove knows that sometimes I'll be like, well, I'll just get some stickers from the store. And then, but I will look through and look at everything in the store and try to like absorb all the beauty and the whimsy and the also like Container Store, absorb all the function, like, and take it into me, like, and just appreciate it and then leave the stuff in the store.
I love this.
Or even like, I had like a prior round years ago of like going through stuff in my apartment. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to start with books. And I had like all these books, total fantasy self books. Like, yes, I'm going to read all these books about business and whatever the hell. I don't even remember all this literature, whatever. And I just was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to read most of these books actually. And so, but part of what I did was I just, again, trying to do this absorption thing, I was basically like, okay, why did I want this book? Like, what about myself did I see reflected in this book? Or what about myself do I want to improve or broaden or whatever that made me want to get this book? And then it was like, okay, get in touch with that. And now I can let the book go if I'm really like not really going to read that book. Like, so,
That's a
and
perfect
then there were
example.
certain things that like, I was just like, oh my God, I came across like a book from when I was a little kid and I had written in the front cover and the back cover.
Oh,
And I was like, oh my God, this is what like 8-year-old me did, And so I just was like, this is precious. I'm not going to keep this book, but I took photos of where I wrote in there. And then I just like, back then I was on Facebook, I just like put it on Facebook. So
nice.
I was just kind of like, okay, that's their book can now go, etc. So anyways, I've tried all these things to try to like, it's almost like, I'm, what is it? It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to like strategize and like over my own head.
You're basically keeping the essence that's important to you and making it part of yourself, whereas you're detaching from the object itself. You're really talking about energy, right? That book or that box or that trinket, it has an energy that's attracting you. You're connecting with that, and enjoying that, receiving the self pleasure part, and then letting it go. It's beautiful metaphor.
Oh, thank you.
One,
When you said it, I'm like, oh, that sounds like integration. I'm integrating those things. That's what that is.
one
Okay.
of the things I did instead of the boxes, because I used to do the same of like, oh, this box, this will be such great gifts. So one time I bought for $20, I bought 1,000 brown paper bags with handles. Everything I give to anyone now are in those bags, and they are actually just one little box, right? Those 1,000, they're just brown paper, really nice brown paper bags,
Mm.
and medium size. So most of the things go in there. So I don't, instead of having 20, 30, 40 boxes, I gift in brown paper bags. And there
Nice.
are many bags, can have white paper bags, golden bags, so many bags. And I got it from Oriental Trading, and they have this things that now I just use bags instead of boxes. Just an idea that sometimes
Nice.
the purpose you think of something can be reduced in size and be done differently.
Oh my God. Also, you're reminding me, generally speaking, when I'm going to give a gift, I just put it in a gift bag anyway. And half the time, even if I thought like, oh, that one box that I saved, I'm like, I can't find that box anyway.
That would be my problem too. I don't remember where I put it.
And I'm like, I don't know where that box is, so I'm gonna put it in a gift bag anyway. So there you go. Gift
I
bags.
think
That's
that's
what
part
to
of
do.
this is like getting real with that you you know, you have to deal with a lot of factors. There's time, space, there's convenience, there's all these things. So it's
Yep.
like, and that the the reason we love ourselves isn't any of these things, so it's like, it's kind of, to me, it's this process of stripping away, like, no, I'm not going to be the most efficient person. That's not who I am, you know.
Stripping away all the expectations,
Expectations, yeah. Or
tied to,
fantasies, kind of. It's
yeah.
like a fantasy of how things are going to go. Yeah.
The future is the future, and it will come when it does, and you will find what you need to do what you're doing. Okay, so let's go over to the next arrow. And the shadow part, or the dark arrow, is dependency. We depend on certain things too much. Even with the box metaphor, we have a dependency of, oh my God, things need to be going into boxes. So it's like a very strong want. Dependency kind of is like getting into that victim, prosecutor, and rescuer triangle.
What do you mean?
So there's a triangle.
Uh-huh.
On the top, you can write prosecutor. On the right corner is the rescuer, and the left corner is the victim. If you get on that triangle, your life turns hell. So when you think of decluttering, where do we go? The victim is, oh my God, I can't let go of all these things. They define who I am, and I need all these things at some point of my life. The prosecutor is going, oh my God, look at you. You have all this junk. You are terrible. You have it's like the one who is blaming you.
Mm-hmm.
And the rescuer is, yourself saying, but wait a minute. I have these things because they're beautiful. I have these things because they have some value. I have these things because as an 8-year-old, I wrote this thing. So that's the rescuer trying to speak it. None of this role helps. The light arrow of this is self-appreciation. You have to come from a place of, I appreciate myself and I appreciate the things that I have around me. I'm not going to play the role of a victim and say, oh my God, I don't have any time. I'm too booked, too full. I can't do anything. This is what my home is, and that's going to be it. You can't be the prosecutor keeping on judging yourself for having all those things. And you can't be the rescuer giving, indulging over, oh, it's all good, it's okay, blah, 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 sweet, you're sweet, and it can be just as it is. So you just have to find the appreciation for who you are and the appreciation for each and every object that you do have. Do you appreciate when you try to keep something? Are you appreciating that thing for its value? If not, why do you have it? I have this cup. I have 7 cups. The reason I have this cup is because I love Christmas, and there's all this snowmen and the Christmas things and the starry lights, right? So what do I appreciate about each thing I have? I have this rose quartz. It sits on my table and reminds me that everything begins and ends in love, right? So when you are in an overwhelm, just picking something up, like, why is this here? What about it do I appreciate? And what about it makes me appreciate myself, right? So that's another big thing in terms of decluttering. These things you can look at it from any perspective, right? So just like you want self-awareness without attachment, you want self-appreciation without depending on other things. You're appreciating yourself for who you are, and you're appreciating the things you have for what they are, not depending on getting into the victim, prosecutor, and rescuer triangle. So look around, just look around. Pick one object that your eyes fall. Do you appreciate it? And if so, why? Does it increase your value of self-appreciation because you have it? It's just part of discernment when you are choosing what to keep and what not to keep.
For me, I like this. I feel like if I'm overwhelmed with with the decluttering process, it's usually because I'm trying to do too much. And so I will fall into that triangle,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll feel like crap. I'll feel really like this is not good. And so I will either just avoid it and not do it, or I'll do that reparenting of just kindness to myself of like, you know what, we're just going to lie on the floor and feel bad for a sec, as long as your body needs to purge that, let that stuff go, and then get up again. And in that, yeah, to me, that's when I would take a picture of something that I was getting rid of, and I just resolve it, like, okay, just resolve this, and then go to the next thing. And maybe I can only do a half an hour, you know.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that triangle is kind of like, it keeps us, if you think what role I'm playing now, am I playing a victim role of, oh my God, I'm just overwhelmed, I don't even, and then the rescuer role is like starting to avoid things, right? The rescuer role is like, okay, don't even go there, that's outside my, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
Keep
or I'm looking for a rescuer, or I'm thinking that buying organizational things is going to help me, like, which sometimes it does, but usually not. Yeah.
The third one, yeah. Any questions about this part? Okay, next one. This is a fun one. Judgment. How much we judge ourselves for having too much stuff. That doesn't help. That's again the prosecutor, the judge within you, right? It just makes you feel worse. Feeling worse doesn't help you really to do the thing you're supposed to do. No place for judgment. And the opposite side of judgment is what?
Compassion, acceptance.
Acceptance. So you have to be able to accept who you are, exactly how you are, with all your shades of gray. There's no shame in it. This is what I am. I hold boxes because I think I'm going to use them. There's no judgment around it. This is what I do, and do I want to change it or not? What's the judgment? The judgment comes from our own idea of like, oh my God, the tyrants and the image makers of this world has taught us to judge ourselves. So please, whenever you find yourself judging yourself, take a pause and just say, well, of the billions of peoples in the world, this is who I am. What do I want to do about it? There's no, if you stop believing that there's no good or there's no bad, it is what it is. That helps. I think. The fourth one is this is a good one too. I love it. Comparison. How often do we compare ourselves with other people? Compare the car I have, compare the home I live in, compare the coffee tables that my friend has, which is shining and doesn't have any clutter, with the table that I'm hiding. Compare myself to others. Compare what I have with what other people have. Comparison is a really dark arrow. And you know what the light side of that is? If you can step out of comparison, self pleasure. You just pleasure yourself, not to compare with others, but just to give yourself pleasure. You know, you want to clean the coffee table because you want to have a beautiful meal at that table. You want to have such a beautiful table with a coffee cup and maybe one album and be able to read a book. That's self pleasure for you. Not because someone else has a coffee table that's clean, but because you want to give yourself pleasure. So all the decluttering that you are doing, it is for self pleasure. It's not because you're comparing it to what it should be, but it is to give yourself pleasure. It's not just work, not just, oh my God, I should be decluttering, I have too many things. If you can look at it from another angle of, I'm creating a pleasurable space for myself. Any thoughts on that?
That's very helpful. That's all I have to say.
Next one. So, first was attachment versus stepping into self awareness. Second one was dependency, depending on things and getting on that prosecutor, victim, rescuer triangle, getting off that into appreciating yourself and appreciating everything you have. Third one is letting go of judgment and accepting who you are, accepting what you have, and then from that place of acceptance, making a choice as to where you want to go. The fourth one, the acceptance of, judgment, not judgment about you, not judgment because you have things, stepping out of judgment into self acceptance. The fourth one was comparison. Instead of comparison, seeking self pleasure, pleasuring yourself by doing what you're doing. Fifth one, again, falls kind of close to judgment, but it's about expectations. Somehow we have set these expectations for ourselves, and others have helped. Society, school, parents, everything, but we have these expectations. Oh my God, the bedroom should be like this magazine thing with this and this, minimalistic these days. That is the norm. These are the expectations I have of myself. Fuck that shit, man. Expectations are really hard ones. Can you step out of expectations into self-love? It's just loving yourself for who you are, not expecting to have everything or not to have anything, just Self-love. This is me. I love myself. There's no other expectation. Our only work in this world is to just radiate our essence and just be ourselves and love ourselves. Everything else is a bonus. Just radiating your essence. And the same thing for the things at your home. Let them have their essence and their purpose and be used for what they're supposed to be. There comes the love for the things that you do have, the things you do keep. Loving them. Do you love the things you have? If you go around and I just drink water from this one glass, really, because I love this glass. Someone made it by hand and gave it to me. It's literally the one glass I try to drink from. And I love this glass. And I love this bowl that I have, the Tibetan bowl. And if I show you what I have on my desk, I have my goddess Durga. I have a little altar in here. This I brought when I was 20 years old and came from India. It was one thing I brought with myself.
Brooke,
I-
I've never heard a bell work on Zoom before. It's the first time I've ever heard a bell actually reverberate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this from Bodh Gaya. I still can't do the thing. I can't do it. And then I have this Gita, which is from my grandmother. She used to read a page of it every day. So I carry her with me. I have another picture of Goddess Durga that my grandmother used to worship. I have a peacock feather that represents, peacock is our national bird in India, but also I love it, just represents beauty for me. So that's part of it. And I have this little Ganesh, which is remover of obstacles and grounding. So he sits there. And that's it. I have a crystal. Just helps me align myself. And that's my little altar at my table. So having this relationship, with the things, and less we have, kind of more profound the relationships are. And things are no longer just things, they are, I don't know, things that we relate with. And there comes the self-love. Self-love flows into loving the things that we have. You look around, is there anything that I don't love here? There is. There is one thing I just found, but that mom loves it, right? My mother was gifted this little light, which it doesn't go according to my taste, but it was a gift to her from someone who died. So that's its value.
Good.
Okay, the next one, after expectations, is, this is a hard one for me to explain. This is like, it's said needy child syndrome, which is like, I need it. I need it. I need this. I need this. Oh, I need to have the boxes. I need to have all this packaging supply. I need to have all these containers. So there's this needy part within us that keeps us keeping things. And to step out of it is self-actualization. Are you being yourself? Know where you came from, know what your purpose is, and know where you are going. That's your fourth direction of self-actualization. Who am I? Where did I come from? What's my purpose? And where am I going? We did the flowering tree, right? We haven't done flowering tree here? Oh my God, we need to do the flowering tree.
So I'm sorry, quickly, who am I? Where did I come from? And what was the last one?
Third one is what's my purpose? And fourth one is where am I going? Don't worry, we'll do the flowering tree next week. It will be really good in terms of decluttering.
Can I say something about this needy child syndrome?
Please do.
So this is where I dwell a lot, and I think that it has to do with this idea of scarcity, and it's sort of like disaster preparedness for me. And like I have this thing, like I'll have something, oh, but I think, oh, I better get a second one for when this one wears out, and yeah, it's crazy making.
Yeah. So sit with it. And basically, when we do the flowering tree next time, but basically, you are trusting that, this is this flow in life, right? You are going to, the feeling of abundance of like, this is who I am. I have come through this path, it's movement, and I'm going to go in the future,
Mm-hmm.
my purpose, and trusting that I will always find what I need and not remain that needy child who is like desperate for things. So moving from, the shortage mentality to abundance mentality. And that comes from the ability to actualize yourself, right? That you are really living and actualizing your dream and purpose. So the focus is not on things, but what you are actualizing. And you will always find what you need at any moment in your life.
Ooh, that is so deep. Thank you. That totally resonates with me confronting my uh scarcity, like where the scarcity mindset creeps in for me. Because Don, I relate to that. Like there've been so many things where I'm just like, oh, I love this thing so much. And it's like, oh no, it's broken or it's ruined or it's ripped or whatever. And it's like, and it's gone, And then it's like, I survived that. And then I found something else, to replace it or whatever. But I totally relate to that. Like, there's actually something that I'm thinking of right now that I totally was just like, why didn't I get two of these,
Well,
So I totally relate to that. Anyway.
so yeah, so this seems like a faith thing, and I just have to because I'm like, well, why should I believe that things are going to work out? Um, and I mean, I have these regrets, and it's like crazy because I have a pair of shoes I sold to Buffalo Exchange when I was in college. I can belong to the AARP, so that was a long time ago. But I'm like, damn it, why didn't I hold on to those shoes?
Yeah.
It just, yeah. So anyway, so
Uh,
this one, yeah. So that's
yeah. It's
I hate when it feels like life is confirming those moments where you're like, I'm just gonna let this go, and then you're like, no, why did I do that? Like later,
well, no,
but
but I don't even know. Like, okay, Don, would your life have been different if you had held on to those shoes? They wouldn't
Right?
exist. They wouldn't
I know.
exist now.
It's so funny, right? It is like such kind of like it's like the reality that just lives in our own heads. But like yeah, the whole thing around like trusting, it yeah, it feels very much like trust the universe, trust life, whatever, like,
And
and
that is
also like
why,
trust myself that like no matter what, like, you know, I'll figure it out, or I will, grace will come in and other people will support me, or whatever it is, like needs will be met, etc., kind of a thing. Like sometimes I feel like, yeah, for me, a lot of that comes from like growing up with a parent who was like not reliable
Mhm.
and feeling like, okay, I have to rely on myself and I have to prepare for this and I have to make sure I have this and whatever. And it's really just like a way of soothing myself
Mm.
to try to feel like I have some control, kind of a thing,
and
or
that's
I have
why,
like reassurance, like I can rely on myself or something.
that's why it's about stepping into self-actualization, is trusting that you will be able to actualize whatever that you need to be doing at that moment, right? So that's where it points into that.
Well, so I'm very interested in delving into this, and I'm glad that it's come up because in other facets of my life, I've been like, okay, so really, what is faith and what's at stake there? Because you're any anyway, yeah. But this whole fear thing that I live in, I can remember being a little kid and being given this anti-coloring book that had all these cool activities, but I would not use it because I thought, well, when we have to go into hiding, I'm going to have this. I mean, I'm not a refugee. Yeah, I don't know even where that came from.
Where did it come from?
I have no idea, but I can remember clearly thinking, "Oh no, I'm not going to write in this." Like my brother was going to town with his, and I'm like, "Oh, he's going to regret that."
Oh my god. Does it feel like I don't know. I have questions in my own mind about like ancestral trauma stuff that
Yeah,
sometimes
epigenetic.
I feel like stuff is that's like I feel like it's mine, it's not even mine. It's like some old stuff like from the ancestors that is feels present with me.
If you didn't lose your parents, or
I've been very lucky.
so, I think what Attica is saying, you might want to look into that. Where did the shortage mentality or not having enough mentality come from? Sit with that. Just ask the universe the question and let it come in dream time.
In your ancestry of like there were people who had to flee.
Yeah, very much so. Wow, this is so juicy, this discussion. And then the last one, of the seventh one, is ego or self importance. Having things, give yourself, oh, I have this beautiful home. I want it to be all decluttered and shiny. I want everything to be perfect. What is it for? It's about having ego and self importance. Having things are related to having self importance, having a Jaguar, having a mansion, having a swimming pool, and I'm exaggerating, but that is about self ego and self importance. And where to move away from there is impeccability. And you know what that means? Simply is walking your talk. Just that. Being yourself and walking your talk. It's not about things. It's not about feeling important because you have things. It's not about having the ego of, I have it all rightfully done. I don't have the perfect boxes for each gift. Moving into, I am who I am, and I walk my life the way I talk about it.
Could
Yeah.
could that be amended? I mean, maybe I'm deluding myself, but I don't think I have this, because when you said, oh, it's about, because I live in a small apartment. I didn't think this was going to be my life, but it is, and I'm not embarrassed about it. I wish I had more space, but I think that, but when you said having the right box, I was like, oh, that reaches back to that thing of I have to be perfect. And if I'm not perfect, so is there something, another thing that could be there instead of ego or self-importance that gets more to that thing of this having to be perfect, which is also the thing that stopped me from being able to deal with clutter. And this is helping me because I will
Think
have to
of
start.
You can think of it as having self-destructive patterns, whatever that pattern is. Whether it's your pattern is judgment, or whether it's validation, or whether it's, thinking yourself is less, whatever that negative pattern that you spin, instead of self-importance, you can think of it that way. Self-destructive patterns. And being perfectionist is, that's a self-destructive pattern. Okay. We did some solid work today. Good for you, people. Thank you. Happy birthday, Tess, for Sunday. What's the date?
December 3rd.
Are you going to go out? Do you have anything planned?
I have choices.
Good.
Yeah, I was too emotional today to be in planning mode, so let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And if you want to do some movement and shaking and breath work, a gift for you between 4 and 5, I do my somatic healing session. You can join
Nice.
in. It's all free.
Thank you.
Yep.
4 and 5 California time, huh?
4 to 5 California time. And this is for all of you. If you want to just drop in, first sessions are always free, and it's the same link as this one, between 4 and 5.
Sounds good.
Thank
I
you,
still listen to
everyone.
that song that you put on last time. It was so nice. Square Mile, so good.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. See you next week. Don't forget the texts you're supposed to send. Love you all. Atika, can you stay a moment longer? Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Happy
Thanks.
birthday, Tess.
Happy
Thanks.
birthday.
Happy
Bye. Thank
birthday.
you. Bye.
Hello.
Hello. So I know you have missed quite a few sessions. What I will do is I'll send you the links to the videos so that you can catch up at least through the things that we learned. And did you make any payments?
Yeah, I paid the fee through PayPal.
Okay, you paid the whole thing through
Yeah.
PayPal, right? Okay, I'll check that. I forgot which way you paid. So
Okay, good. Okay.
thank
Let
you.
me know if it's
Oh,
not there somehow. Okay.
I will.
Then
Take
that means I sent it to the wrong rogue. No.
I know. I'm like, I need to check that because it's like,
Okay.
I remembered I saw something, but then I was like, where did it go? Okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
Thank you so
Excellent.
much. Good to have you back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Thank you. I'll text you.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night.